Oh, hello, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. I'm the brother Malak from the Diligent Soldier Camp here in Boston, Mass. And as always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. All right. The title of this one is Straight to the Point on You Northern and Southern and Dubs. Straight to the point on you Northern and Southern and Dubs, right? So I'm talking to all women, man, from the Northern to the Southern Kingdom, right? You so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native American women, man, all of y'all. And women that are in different nations, right? And this truth resonates with them, right? And that they know they jakes, man, you know, because you have a lot of women these days, especially here in Babylon. So this is mostly speaking on women from Babylon. You have these women out here, man, that are very entitled, you know, and Esau done given them so much freedom that a lot of these women think that whatever they say is law, you know what I'm saying, or however they feel is priority number one above everything, you know what I mean? And, you know, speaking from a personal tip, man, you know, these women, man, you know, the way they talk to a man is like with no type of fucking respect, no type of fear or repercussions, you know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about none of that. They just feel that they could say and do as they please with no type of problem. Now, I'm not telling any man or even alluding to any man, especially, you know, Jake, to put hands on their women. You know what I mean? You know, because you're not gonna win. You know, I mean, you will beat the woman, but you know what I'm saying, you won't beat the laws, man, that are established against that here in Babylon, man. You know, but my whole thing is the fact that these women, man, they make our walk even more aggravated, man. You know what I mean? Or even more tougher to walk, man. When, you know, granted, we don't pray that the Lord keep us from things like that, but to help us endure, right? For him to bless us with the spirit to endure these things, man, because we have to, you know, and the scriptures speak about that. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, let's just go straight to it, because I'm not gonna make this too long, but it was, you know, roughly regarding the way women are, man. Not so much like the women that are in the world, but more of you women that are so-called Israelites, you know, that call yourself or know that you're an Israelite, man, you know, and call yourself so-called in the truth, man. All right, because that's bullshit. A lot of women, you know, are faking it, man, are bullshitting, and you could tell that they bullshit by the way they respond, man. You know, with things, and it could be anything, man. But if a man of the Lord is listening to what the woman's really saying, you know, she has no faith. You know, I had an argument with my rib a couple weeks ago, and I forget exactly what it was about, but I was telling her, you know, to get a voucher, right, for our youngest, so we could put him in a daycare, so that way she could, you know, start working, since she wants to be working in the daytime while I'm working also in the daytime, right? Long story short, we begin to argue, or I say something to her on the text message. She hits me back with like the smart ass reply. 9 out of 10 times I don't ever reply, because it's not gonna, even if you say something that makes total sense, it's just gonna get her going. You know what I mean? A lot of these women just get, because they like that back and forth. You know what I mean? Men get stressed, women actually release stress when they talking shit. You know what I mean? And when we're talking, and which is why supposedly we hold things in, is that, you know, we just rather resolve it than to be speaking on it so much, man. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I say something along the lines of like, you know, go, you know, and get those other benefits that Section 8 will get you, like a voucher for your child, so they can help you out with the payments towards daycare, because that shit is crazy expensive. in the range of $300 to $500-$600 a week. You know what I mean? Depending where you take them. You know. So long story short, she replies back like, oh, well, you know, something along the lines like, you know, I thought you, man, how was it? I thought you wanted nothing from the white man, or some stupid shit like that, right? It was some stupid ass remark like that, you know. And I wanted to go in, but all I said was like, this shows me and proves to me that no matter how much I've tried to teach you and tell you these things that I understand, you don't get it, and you're living a lie, right? Because there's times that she will open up or speak, you know, to friends of ours, close family or whatever, and once in the blue I'll hear her talking to someone about the truth, you know what I mean? And you know, she'll pull out a scripture and or whatever, and she'll be talking to a woman, a friend of hers or something, or family. And I'm thinking to myself like, all right, so, you know, I know she knows that I know, because it's something that I've taught her, whatever she's speaking on. But when it comes to arguing, man, or you know, truth be told, the Lord just, you know, chastising you, man, through these women, man. I'll get attitude and resistance from her, man, and content, you know, which is crazy, man, you know, because as men, you know, we out here working, we doing what we got to do. We're the first ones to get in the way of any type of danger, put yourself in between danger and your wives, and they know this. But you know, when these demons hop on them, man, you know, hey, man, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, anything, I could just be speaking on myself and it'll be totally different and even way worse for another brother, man. All right, but that's mostly what was on my mind this early this morning, and I was just like, you know what, let me put it on wax and just speak on it and bring out a few scriptures, man, because you know, at the end of the day, you know, you women that are trying to fake it, man, you know, you can fake it all you want, but to the Lord, he sees right through you, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't act as if you're hiding anything from the Lord, you know, because you did one or two good deeds and then you want to treat your man like shit the whole time, holding box hostage, you know, just making stuff harder for you, man. You know, you come home from a long ass day, aggravating, and then you know you got to deal with bullshit at the crib, and the bullshit coming from her. You know what I mean? In particular, you know, some brothers don't come home to no food. You know, it's crazy. You know, it's really messed up, because if we treated them the way they treat us, even just slightly, we wouldn't even be dealing with them. We'll just drop them and get with somebody else, or just stay single. You know, because that's I know now why Apostle Paul was teaching that, man. Who was telling brothers that, man, that if you don't have one, it's better to go without one, and if you have one, you have to be as if you don't have one, man, because these women just think about the world, man. They're not programmed to get this understanding the way men do from the Lord, man. All right, the scriptures tell you that, you know, he departed wisdom from them, man. So they're many times just reprobates, man. You know, especially the ones that say that they're so-called in the truth, man. You don't ever see them praying. You don't ever see them with a headdress. You know, but then when you go ask them, yo, you know, are you praying over that? What was bothering you? Or, you know, make sure you pray before you serve the children food or yourself food. And, oh, I do pray. What makes you think I don't? Blah blah blah. Just that response right there should let you know that they don't, man. All right, but nonetheless, man, let's get a few scriptures and close out. First scripture I would like to bring out, let me see, is in the book of let's go straight. Matter of fact, let's start over here in Isaiah 30, and I'm just gonna read 1 and 2, right? Because although this is speaking to all Israel, especially you 2/3, well, the 2/3 that you know, just don't trust in the Lord, don't take heed to what the prophets are saying, which are the mouthpiece of the Lord. You know, they go to Esau. But in particular, man, these women that, you know, are in the truth and will be going to Esau for the one of all things. You know, as you know, we're in captivity, so we're gonna do that, but unrighteously, right? And soon to come will be the MO to the TV, man. And a lot of these wicked ass women, and unless the Lord has mercy on them and yourself, man, you know, they're going to be missile food, man, or famine will take them or something, because, you know, they're going to take the MOTB, man. If they're acting like straight, you know, man, what's the word? Dubz, right? Or assholes, or just being contentious with you all the time. You know, when push come to shove, or when the rubber meets the road, man, a lot of these women are going to resort to taking that MO to the TV, man, because, you know, as our apostles have taught us, or helped us realize, because the scriptures speak on it too, man. You know, women flock to power, man. No matter how long you've been with your woman in this side, man, of captivity, you know, you're with her because it's your turn, man. These women really don't belong to us, man. Especially if you wasn't the one that popped her. You know what I'm saying? But to stay to the point, Salaki, I just got off the highway. I'm gonna pick a spot real quick, but I'll just read it. Give me 1 second, Akim. So it says Isaiah 30:1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." Now, you know, I bring this scripture out in particular, man, because you have women like that, man. I mean, you have couples and you have Jakes, both men and women, that are whatchamacallit, man, what is the word? For lack of another word or term, man, responsible for committing these things, right? As verse 1 says, man. But a lot of these women, right, when you talking to them and you advising them, right, because you're dealing with them, they're your baby mother, the mother of your children and whatnot, you know, you tell them these things, you know, about Esau, about how the world works, because they just go along with the get along, and they look at you sideways, you know, they doubt on what you're saying, you know what I mean? But let somebody else come up and tell them, and it's like, you know, word for word, you told them the same thing, but, you know, but those are demons at the same time on these women, and we have to be, you know, deal with them wisely. But nonetheless, man, these women, you know, you will put them on to shit, and not to shit, Salakia, man. You will put them on to wisdom that the scriptures teaches, and they'll go right away and do whatever pleases them, especially when it has to do with Esau. Because here it is, I'm telling her, you know, for my example, I was telling her to you know, give Section 8 a call, housing or whatever, and see if they could hook it up with a voucher, right? So then that way, not only do we have help paying the daycare, right, but at the same time, you know, she has time to go do the things that she complains about not doing, right? Like working and getting out of the house and this, that, and the third, right? Though, you know, as men, we have to be doing that, right? But you know, it has to fit our budget. We don't got it like that, right? So if a particular week or two I can't take or go out with her and the boys, because I got 3 boys, I got no girls, but 3 boys, man, you know, hey, it is what it is. We don't go. But, you know, here it is, a woman that gets caught up in her feelings, you know, starts talking and saying things that it's best for her to keep it to herself, right? But they so cold-hearted sometimes, the majority of the time, and that they'll say, you know, below the belt shit, you know, mean shit, fucked up shit, you know, and you don't even call them out their name because you don't want them to act up. But here it is, they go off on you, man. But these be the same women that when you advise them not to go do something because Esau's providing it, like free vaccines, right, for these shots that they never ever cure, you know, for these diseases that they never ever cure, right? Like Pfizer has 175 years in business. You know, go Google how many diseases they've cured. None. Zip. Nada, man. You know. But You have women that will, even though you taught them and let them know and help them realize that it's we walking by faith. They their faith is in their God, man, Esau. But they're quick to throw it in your face when you're trying to be wise, and by telling them, listen, go get a voucher, right? Because we don't need to do anything. There's no crazy requirements like getting vaccines or doing anything crazy that's not lawful, and they'll try to use it against you. You know what I mean? Which is like fucking crazy to me, but whatever. But the point is, man, these are the people, these are the women that I'm kind of pointing out with over here with in this scripture in Isaiah, man. Verse 2 says that to go down to Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, right? They don't ask their husband, yo, should I go do this? What do you think about this resource that the government is providing for people with housing or whatever have you, whatever example a brother might be going through or whatever issue. They don't ask you, but they'll go being rebellious against you. They'll go and listen to whatever the nurses or the doctors, and truth be told, these doctors and nurses, they're trained to speak to the women or to pander more to the woman, you know what I mean, than the man, because they know that a lot of Israelite women overall, for the most part, when they have a husband, they listen to their husband, right? Somewhat, so they know how to speak to the woman, and the woman would agree, and next thing you know, your little man or your little daughter has 3-4 shots in one day or some shit, you know what I mean? Nonetheless, it says that woke to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt, man. So they trust on what Babylon has to provide, man. And Pharaoh, meaning starting with the so-called president on down to like the health minister and all these other, hold on one second, all these other characters that play a part in Babylon, man. They're quick to listen to them, and disqualify whatever you have to say, which is why nurses tend to talk to them a little more, man, because they know that they could put a little fear in whatever they talking about, and the woman the end up will agree, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be to their confusion, right? Because it says verse 3, I know I was going to read to 2, but verse 3 says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in Egypt, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. All right, you're going to be confused, because here it is. The man said, the Lord set you up with a man of the Lord, and you don't even listen to him, And I know I'm reading this, and it might not apply to exactly what I was speaking of in the beginning or with me, but this is exactly how a lot of women act. And a lot of these women are with other brothers that are in the truth. You know what I mean? And which is why I'm bringing it out. Now, this is the book of Sirach. Sirach 13:23. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. Every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds, right? His words, whatever he's saying, they hold him high and mighty. And a lot of our women, in particular ones I'm talking about, these dubz, man, they tend to listen to power, like I was saying earlier, man, to people that are in men that are in authority, man, and they look at us who are disfranchised by design, right, and all fucked up. They look at us like, yo, man, what's your worth? What's your word worth, man? Words worth, you know what I mean? Which it tells you right here. It says, but if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him, right? And this is exactly, it just reminds me of how women are. Those of our nation, man. They're quick to point out and speak on anything that you do, that you make a mistake, indirectly, or that you do wrong, that they wanted you to do a certain way. But when you do things that are right, which is you handling business, right? Which is you taking care of your family, you coming home every night, whatever time of the day that is, right? When you putting in work, working outside, all these things, you would think that if you're going to point out the bad things that you say that I've done, you would at least thank me for the good things also, right? Because, I mean, if you don't like something, you just talk about it. But if you like something, then shouldn't you compliment that? You know what I mean? Shouldn't a man feel appreciated? Or shouldn't you appreciate a man for doing what he's doing for you and your family? You know? But, hey, man, you know, that's just the reality right now. That's our chastisement in many cases, man. You know what I mean? And that's how the Lord is dealing with us, man. We dealt way worse with the Lord, man. You know, and now the Lord reversed it on us, man, and we're going through that. We're feeling the jealousy of a woman that steps out on us. You know, a woman that talks back or you know, speaks evil against you, man. You feel me? Let me see. That was it on that. Yeah, and they will help to overthrow you, man. A woman can't wait till you fuck up so she could like throw it in your face. You know what I mean? This is the book of Micah, chapter 7. I'll start at 9. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh. All right? The Lord's indignation. We're going through what we're going through because it's the Lord's indignation. Because I have sinned against him. Right? So we're paying for what we did. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. Right? So we're not supposed to be getting revenge. We're supposed to be, you know, I'm not going to say not smack your woman up, but you know what happens when you do. You know what I mean? The law gets called, Esau gets called, and you hauled off by these centurions, man. You know, a chick could put an orange inside a sock and whack herself with it in the face and eat the damn orange before the cops get there, and there's not a thing you could do about it, man. It's going to look like you punched her. You know what I mean? Until proven contrary, man. You know what I mean? But that's how cold a lot of women are. You know what I mean? It says, because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness, man. All right? And that's what we've been called, to this light, man, to this truth. And we're beholding the Lord's righteousness right now through brotherhood, man, through understanding, wisdom and understanding that we're getting of the scriptures, the brotherhood, you know what I mean? The relationships that we have with the relationship that we have with the Lord, man, itself, man, like a real one, not the so-called one that we said we had when we was in the world, man. Okay? It says Micah 7:10, it says, then she, right, that is mine enemy shall see it. Right? Who's this talking about? These women, man. These women that been against the men of the Lord and making them go through hell. You know what I'm saying? And just putting them through pure hell, man. You know what I mean? And it's what the Lord wanted, right? It's what the Lord's will was for our lots, man. But hey, man, no matter what, who could resist the Lord's will, you know? And we're gonna pay for what we do, even if he was the one who made us do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, man. Everybody has their lot, you know. It says, and then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is thy Lord, thy God? Where is Yahweh, thy God, man? Thy power. Because where is their power? Esau, man. You know what I mean? Their power is in these offices, certifying these housing papers, Section 8, you know, public housing, whatever, man. Got the women comfortable, while the men are all fucked up. And when the men is with them, living in these places, they have the woman gives them the illusion of you know, the man of the house, the head of the household. But it depending on the things that she says when she's upset, man, will let you know if she really looks at you as such, man. All right, because these women, they all faking the funk, man. Especially the ones that are in the truth, man. That are so-called in the truth, man. All right. It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, right? Because they're gonna see the Lord judging people for his men, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is thy God? Where is the Lord Yahweh thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Right? Why? Because these women are going to be judged by the Lord, man. There are a lot of these women, a lot of our women that are with us, man, that we pray for, right? But hey, at the end of the day, the Lord says he's going to have indignation on who he wants to have indignation, man, and mercy on who he wants to have mercy. Maybe not in that order, right? But he's going to have mercy on who he wants to have mercy on, and indignation, or, righteous anger on who he wants to have anger on, man. Point blank. I have an autistic child, man, that's been autistic. He was diagnosed, after like one in a few months, a year and a few months. And I know it was because of the vaccines. Can't nobody tell me different. But that was his judgment, man. And sometimes, when I'm caught up in my feelings, I'm thinking about him and, wondering what it was that he did in his past life, man, But hey, at the end of the day, not to switch the subject, but the point is we're all in our lots, man. And all this is temporary, man. Autism is temporary, the end up being how she is temporary. Us being in these bodies, man, is temporary, man. Us being in captivity and they're suffering right now. This is all temporary, man. This is all going to vanish, man, like a nightmare. And the good thing about dreams sometimes is that you forget them, especially those nightmares, man. Because imagine you being traumatized all day, every day, by the dream that you had a couple days ago. You know what I mean? Now, I know we all know that the spirit is being poured out to all flesh. So sometimes you will see and wake up in cold sweats and a headache and everything from visions that the Lord gives you, But that's for the edification of the flock. You know what I mean? That's for that person sometimes, so that person could hold fast to whatever it means to that person, But the majority of dreams, a lot of times we don't remember them, man, and it's actually a good thing, man. This, the mind is a very complicated part of the body, man. You know what I mean? That the spirit of the Lord has to be in to keep it in check, man. Because it's very traitorous. I don't think that's a word, but it'll easily land you in some trouble, man. It'll try to convince you to do things that you shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? So this is why we always have to be praying to the Lord and rebuking these thoughts and whatnot, man. But these women don't. These women don't check themselves. They just they have no filter, man. They have no filter, and they want to make men, because they hate us so much, man. They want to make men lower than them. They want to lord over men. You know what I mean? And the scriptures clearly tells you that that the Lord is going to make a new thing, right? He's going to make a woman, what's it called? Surpass a man, and indeed he has, man, because you see that everywhere. They're judges, they're police officers, you see them checking men, and many times, the man could just, push her off or whatever, but she got backup coming all the time, man. That's their protocol. Call backup right away. Nonetheless, man, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 13 verse 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, which was pure beautiful gold, right? But that word precious goes into rare, right? Not the big back end up that made that movie Precious, but goes into valuable, costly, expensive, high price, dear, invaluable, priceless, beyond price, rare, okay? Rare, fine, exquisite, This is how the Lord, irreplaceable. This is how the Lord is going to make his men. We're in the furnace right now, man, and the Lord is basically burning off all those impurities, man, all those foreign contaminants that we're not supposed to be having in the mind, you know, because this whole time that we've been in the truth, you know, our minds have changed, but we still get sick, you know what I mean? We still go through different infirmities and stuff of that nature, things of that nature, you know, because this is the flesh, right? But the Lord is making us precious, man, starting with our spirit, man, and our minds, man. You know what I mean? And these women see it, man. You know, these women see it. Well, they will see it soon. Salaki, I was kind of thinking of something else. These women will be seeing that, man. You know, because it's going to get to a point where they know that they have to resort back to getting in order and listening and following the lead of a man, yo. That's what the Lord is going to be doing in these last days. And things are going to get really, really spooky out here. I know we've been saying it for a long time. And in a way, it has been happening throughout the years. It has been getting crazier, right? But it's intensifying, man. You know, it's like when you put a pot of water, first you see the little bubbles, really tiny bubbles at the bottom of the pot and in the sides. And then those bubbles start getting bigger before they kind of float up, right? And soon after that, it starts boiling, right? Right now, you know, right now it hasn't begun to start boiling just yet, our situation in Babylon, or the situation here in Babylon. But it's going to very soon. I mean, you can see the things that is going on, man. You know, they trying to keep the damn president, or whoever's going to win, Trump. You know, a lot of people believe that Trump is going to win. I actually believe that that's what's going to happen too. But, you know, we don't vote for none of these niggas. We ain't putting none of these niggas over us. But we could see what's going to happen because, Salakia, a lot, you know, they trying to keep him from being inaugurated, you know, in November, however you say that damn word, which is basically summoning a demon that gets put on that president, man, at that time, yo, you know, and this is where we live. This is the point in time where we live in it, man, where it's a hell of a time on earth. Because the reason I'm mentioning all that is it's gonna get crazy out here. Because the way they keep him off of officially becoming a president is by martial law and all types of chaos in the streets. And who you think is gonna get run down on the worst, man? You know, besides Jake's in particularly, which was male and female, and particularly the women, man. A lot of women are gonna get caught up in a lot of situations that they don't want to be in, that they pray, and it may not even cross their mind, man. But this is how the Lord's gonna repay a lot of these women back, man. Right? Because, as I was saying, straight to the point, the title, you northern and southern, and you know, straight to the point on you northern and southern and dubs, man. You know, y'all gonna get it, man. The Lord's gonna deal with you, man. You want to be talking shit, making it harder for a man of the Lord when he's talking to you, when he's praying, you know, for things not to happen, and even when the woman is putting the man through hell, the man is praying for her because, you know, we know that the woman just reacts to their emotions. They're emotionally unintelligent, man. You know, because they react to their emotions. But nonetheless, man, the Lord's gonna start dealing with a lot of these women in the left hand side, man, in the left hand, and they're not gonna like it, man. It's the point I've been trying to make, man. And for women to wise up, man. You women that hear this, y'all gotta wise up, man, because the Lord's gonna start getting rid of a lot of Jakes, man. And it says start with my house first, man, which is women, men and women that know that they're Israelites, man. All right. So I know I was a little bit all over the place as I was driving to camp right now, but I pray that this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn, man. To you I say shalom.